What happens now? Hurricane Harvey may have moved on from the Lone Star State, but the damage it brought on Houston and other areas is still ever present. Harvey may be the most expensive natural disaster to hit the U.S., with damage estimated at $190 billion, or a 1% hit to the GNP. Gas prices have risen in the wake of Hurricane Harvey, as several oil refineries on the Gulf Coast were incapacitated by the storm. Texans also face significant health risks from contact with floodwaters, which are potentially contaminated with bacteria from compromised wastewater facilities and chemicals from toxic Superfund sites. Public water systems are likewise affected and have rendered thousands of people with no access to safe drinking water. Residents are being advised to boil water before drinking or to just use bottled water. Massive flooding in homes and businesses may also cause mold growth, which in turn may exacerbate existing health issues. Relief efforts are pouring in, but even so, the state's road to recovery looks to be long and slow, especially as floods in some parts of the state have yet to subside. There's nothing worse than Mother Nature on a rampage.
A widening sinkhole has closed an Oregon Coastal Highway. The sinkhole has caused the closure of Oregon's Highway 101, threatening all lanes. No injuries have been reported. On Thursday, January 28th, the hole opened and kept growing following a nearby landslide which had broken a local water main. Dubbed a monster sinkhole, seen on the left, it is believed to be tied to another sinkhole, seen on the right, that began in mid-December. Thursday's sinkhole opened on Highway 101, while December's hole opened in the neighboring parking lot between the Chevron gas station and what once was Harbor Cafe. Crews have been working to repair the initial sinkhole when the second reared its ugly head. The first hole, like the new one, kept growing, reaching 50 feet in diameter with a depth of 50 to 70 feet. It began with initial depth of 7 feet and a width about the size of a volleyball. Officials have yet to be able to provide a size estimate for Thursday's hole, but you don't really need a measuring tape to make a good yo mama joke.
A Houston man was arrested after attempting to steal Hamburger. According to shelter staff, the man found out chili would be served for dinner and became angered. He began shouting and demanding the meat be used to make burgers instead. The staff told him that chili would feed more people and they could not make him a special meal. Upset, the man attempted to grab the hamburger only to be stopped by two other men in the shelter who physically threw him to the ground and began kicking him. Shelter staff were able to break up the fight and the man who started it all was removed from the building for starting a fight and attempting to steal food. If that wasn't bad enough, he attempted to report the shelter to the police, as if he was a victim. Police were quick to respond and arrested the man for tying up police phone lines that are already overwhelmed with calls from the thousands of people who are still in need of being rescued. Suffice to say, police will not be getting him the burger he so badly wanted.
Italy earthquake kills more than 150 people. A magnitude 6.2 earthquake struck central Italy early Wednesday. The origin of the earthquake was about 100 kilometers northeast of Rome. Nearby historic towns of Amatrice, Accumoli, and Pescara del Tronto were torn apart. The quake struck at 3:36 a.m. local time, while many were still asleep. Many people are still buried under the rubble. Reports say more than 150 people have been killed and many more have been injured.